Hey guys, it's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and to your fathers. Um, I have 6 kids that I've been blessed with. They live with their mom, but still thankful for them and enjoyed watching them grow up. I'm going to have lunch with some of them today, so that should be fun. I haven't really wanted to make a video in a while because I didn't really have anything to say. I don't know if I've been depressed or what, but I sure have been unsure of myself. I normally Sabbath on Saturday, so I did that yesterday, and I always feel a little bit bad about it because I feel like if I'm not working, I'm falling behind. But times that I haven't Sabbathed or rested, it always catches up with me, and I keep relearning the same lesson over and over. So I've learned to just take a day and just meander and think and explore rather than work. And the other thing that's been on my mind is, I don't know how to explain it. 2 years ago, the relationship that I was in ended, and I still think about her pretty much every day. I don't want to, but she had a big impact on me, and I wanted to marry her. And I've been pretty good about not contacting her, not even wanting to. But for some reason this weekend, it's just been heavy on my heart to reach out to her, and I did not want to. So what I did was I tried verbal prayers and couldn't really get a sense from God on what he wanted me to do. Because when I feel promptings like that are repetitive over and over, I want to discern them, test them a little bit. So I tried a written prayer. So I just said, I wrote out, "Dear Lord, I keep having this urge to contact her. Do you want me to do it?" And in my mind, I'm hearing all these voices, my own voices, other, who knows, spirits, it doesn't matter. But anyway, I couldn't tell. So I said, "Lord, I'm having trouble hearing through all this noise. Is there a verse that will draw me near to you so that I can hear your voice?" And immediately, that's one sign. I've noticed when God speaks, it's immediate. The verse that came to me was Jeremiah 29:11. "For I know the plans that I have for you, plans to prosper you and not hurt you." And then I wrote to God, "I've read the verse and I heard you say it. Now please help me listen to what you have to say about this woman, this girl." And I saw this image of a rocky mountaintop with yellow flowers, and there was a dark valley down below. And so I just said, "God, I see flowers on a rocky mountaintop with dark shadows in the valley. What does it mean?" And God just simply said, "Hope," which made me think of that verse, Jeremiah 29:11. So I just sent her that verse. And that's the closest thing I could get to resolution on the topic. It could just be my anxiety about the breakup, which again was very long ago, and I shouldn't still have feelings about her in any way, but I do. She's very important to me. I have found it difficult to be in a relationship with anyone other than her. I guess you could say I still love her very much. It's also one of my daughter's birthdays. I have 4 daughters, 2 boys. I've had this sense for a long time, though, that there's a 7th child out there. And I believe he's a boy. I've had dreams and visions of him. But so far it hasn't happened. Not even close. So I certainly have somewhat understood how Abraham and Sarah felt, and Hannah for that matter. Even though I have children, when you get those ideas planted in your head about a possible future and you hope for it, and then it doesn't happen, it can be discouraging. But let me tell you about a different woman. This isn't a romantic relationship. This is just a woman in my life who gives me hope and makes me want to be a better man, even though we're not in a relationship. Just knowing that she exists, just because of who she is, she makes me want to be more than who I am. So think about that, like the impact that your life can have on other people just by being who you are. I've only met one other woman like her in my entire life. Her name is Joy. Joy's about 16 years older than me. I've been friends with her for a little over 20 years. She's industrious, powerful, beautiful. You know, anything she wants, she goes and gets it. When she walks in the room, you know, she's one of those people who just lights up the room. Everybody likes her. She's very laser focused. So when you're with her, you have her full attention. But when you're not with her, out of sight, out of mind. my friend here, that was back in Indiana, my friend here in Wisconsin, she's about 16 years younger than I am. So it's like how Joy was a mentor to me, I am now a mentor to her. And it's interesting watching her grow and develop into a woman who is doing all these different things and just kind of cheering her on from the sidelines. I suppose I like that type of woman. My children's mother is like that. She runs a business, has ran several businesses. She's very intelligent, very driven, very opinionated, kind of like my ex-girlfriend. Almost like that in women. But I don't want this to be all about women. In fact, I want my life to be much less about women. One of the things that I was thinking about yesterday was, how can I think bigger? And like, what is something I can spend a lot of time thinking about that's positive? You know, I don't want to think about low vibration things. I want to think about high vibration things. Big goals, big ideas. Now, that's not to discount the foundational things. There's foundational things that I need to be doing, but let's assume that I'm doing those. And so I started looking into how to think big, and it started to rub against this general idea that as humans, we naturally limit ourselves, whereas God is unlimited. So really thinking big is starting to think like God. And so one way to think like God is to invite God into the process and have Him help us think big. One of the things I want to do with Jesus is go off and explore galaxies and new planets and stuff. And one of the things like I'd want to do here, like if sky was the limit, literally, I would just go do asteroid mining. But let's bring it down a notch. Somewhere between trying to grow my muscles and asteroid mining, there's probably something in there that's a big goal, but something that's achievable. Something somebody said on social media yesterday kind of caught me off guard, but I never thought about this before, is the verse about to those who have been given much, they have a lot of responsibility. I never really thought about that in terms of myself, because I have been given a lot of abilities with my body, my mind, with where I live. And so what am I doing with those talents while I'm here? More is being asked of me. I'm asked to be a leader, a mentor, help other people, build systems. I'm a builder. I build communities. I build, I build businesses, build organizations. I'm a writer, write music, blogs, books. I'm a consultant. I help people solve problems. I'm a business analyst. But I'm not complaining, but it's a little bit of the cobbler's son has no shoes, because I can help other people create large organizations, but I have struggled to help myself create one. I hypothesize that the reason is because of intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation, in that when someone else is really wanting something to be done and they ask me to do it, that people pleasing comes out, and I have that extrinsic motivation to go do that thing for them. And because I know how to, I just knock it out. But when I have an idea for myself, let's use the asteroid mining, for example. Eric, I want you to do asteroid mining. And I say to myself, no, too hard. One of the beautiful things about life is that we don't know what's going to happen. It's full of surprises. You never know what good things are going to happen. But 29:11, Jeremiah 29:11, we have hope for the future. Good things are going to keep happening. Now and later and later and later, just more and more good things. So, thanks for listening. I never know what I'm going to say on these things, but it's good to, do them every once in a while. So, thanks for watching.